お母さんから教わらなかったんですか？そんなことしちゃダメです！
This is peak Gundam. Now, I'm a newbie when it comes to Gundam. I've only recently decided to delve headfirst into the monstrous franchise, watching countless hours of anime content and building countless kits all the while. However, one anime that had been connecting with innumerable people, even non-fans of the Gundam mythos, was The Witch from Mercury, a new standalone series on the block. It was developed as a concept to be completely self-sufficient, and it doesn't require any prior knowledge to delve into, reaching new audiences and future fans of the franchise within its grasp. Now, as someone who was just getting into the nitty-gritty of Gundam, I wanted to take a small break and sink my teeth into something not from the Universal Century for a minute, and boy, was it amazing. Witch from Mercury Season 1 was definitely a big departure from your average Gundam story in a lot of ways, for better or worse. Firstly, the anime, following the prologue, sets up a classic high school drama in high contrast to the classic wartime landscapes of the mainline Gundam entries. This was jarring for longtime fans, however not for newcomers, which I think was the point. High school dramas proved to be some of the most supremely popular narratives in anime, so attracting new fans with such a familiar trope was quite smart on the writer's part. However, this school isn't free of classic Gundam politics, as it's run by competitive branches of a conglomerate, each responsible for developing certain mobile suits within this world. The students of this school, each from their own respective branches, duel with their mobile suits over political matters, which is a neat twist on the common dueling trope found in these types of anime. I find it does get a little worn out by the end of the first season, but it never overstays its welcome too much considering the major tonal shift in the second core. We'll get to that later. Speaking of neat twists, every Gundam series has its own unique definition of what a Gundam is and what isn't, and Witch from Mercury may have one of the best takes on that. The idea that the Gundams are banned, taboo machines that put such a physical strain on their pilot they run the risk of dying, despite being founded from medical technology, is terribly ironic and quite poetic. It puts a huge emphasis on Gundams as a technology, rather than the Gundams are for new types trope, and it's rather compelling in my opinion. I found myself drawn into the ideological and moral conflict the gun technology proposed throughout the entire run of the story. However, as Season 2 rolled around, the story finally moved away from the tropes and cliches I was clinging to for new fans, and whipped its head tonally into a more standard approach for a Gundam story. The cutthroat politics, anti-war messaging, dark, grounded, high-stakes storytelling known to classic Gundam enthusiasts was all back in full force, and at a moment's notice. I feel that Season 2 sticks out more in my memory than Season 1 now that the series has concluded, as the wild plot twists and dark tones stayed with me longer than the high school drama of the first season. This is where everything really ramps up, and it leads to quite the impactful finale. However, while I do feel the finale is strong, it could have been more intense overall. The final fight felt quite weak and a little on the shorter side, but at the end of the day I don't mind personally, as it gave the team more time for character and story closure than, big giant robots fighting in space. However, I do wish we could have gotten maybe 1 or 2 more episodes for the series, one extending the final battle, and another perhaps adding on to the protests and politics of Earth, and maybe one more of Strictly Soleta and Miorine being a couple for good measure. Something else I'd like to commend is the mobile suit designs. While I'm aware that they are designed to be the coolest possible in order to sell more model kits to suckers like me, the designs in this series are so fucking awesome. Ariel will probably forever be a classic Gundam design from now on and far into the future, and it shows by the impossible task it is to try and get your hands on the high-grade model. I swear, literally everyone is buying these. I haven't seen one in months. Please help me get one. The Witch from Mercury is outstanding in essentially every department, from visuals to story to sheer mobile suit design. It works very well as a gateway drug to the Gundam franchise, and I see it dragging in newcomers to the community every day. If you're interested in Gundam, or a compelling series in general, I would highly recommend trying out The Witch from Mercury. So stop sleeping on it already.